Hey guys, I'm Gent on occasion, and today we're playing something that's a bit of a one-off. I'm in a bit of a scheduling black hole right now, where like stuff is pending, but maybe I don't want to start anything big. It's very annoying, but it does give me an opportunity to just play random things on the channel that I like. Bull X Pit came out a couple of days ago, and it's a game I love. I played the demo for like, I don't know, 6 or 7 hours, I think. I played it a lot, like far too much for how small the demo was. I just really enjoyed it. And now the full game is out. What is it? It's like if Tetris and Breakout had a baby, and that baby decided to be some kind of crusader against the undead. You know, as babies do. Look, it'll be really simple to get once we start it, so let's just go ahead and start it. So yeah, here's our lovely city, which will be, you know, we're going to be defending this city. Babylon has fallen. A pit is all that remains. Now, treasure seekers flock to explore the depths. I mean, epic, right? So I'm using mouse and keyboard for some reason, but actually I want to be using a controller, so I'm swapping to controller. There we go, I'm using controller now. So yeah. It's twin stick shooter, basically. Shoot with R2. Although there is a auto fire, which I have enabled at the moment, which is potentially troublesome. It makes it lazier, which I enjoy. So collect gains to collect gains. Collect. Always gotta collect gains, guys. Yeah, we gotta collect some gains, bro. We gotta collect gems to gain XP. There's gems. And there's XP. Enemies will attack if you get too close, or if they reach the bottom of the screen. So that's the Tetris thing, you know, blocks moving down the screen, and they will be different shapes and sizes too. The blocks are also baddies. There we go, triangle to toggle auto-firing. You walk slower while shooting, that's fine, but that is what can trip you up a bit if you've got auto-fire on, because you have to reload. So the balls need to get back off the screen for them to be restocked. So you can suddenly speed up because you're not firing anymore, and then suddenly that can trip you up. It can ruin your timing when avoiding danger. So, you know, bear that in mind. So we got to level up. So you do level up because it's also a roguelike. Yay! Bleed is pretty good. Magnet gets items in, but I think we can just walk closer to things, actually. Deals 80% more damage after hitting the back of the field, otherwise damage is reduced. So all of our bulls will follow this rule, basically, right? So that you can see the little, you know, inventory, I guess, at the top. We have 4 slots for weapons. We have 4 slots for, like, passives, basically. So the passives all apply to, you know, everything that sort of hits that, well, what the passive describes, basically. But all your balls will sort of adhere to that. Let's go with bleed. Let's level bleed up a bit. So bleed was the ball we started with. And so there is obviously, like, a lot of I don't know, a lot of damage you can do, I suppose, if you get balls into, like, a little gap and it can bounce between stuff constantly. It'll damage everything again and again and again. But the more you have stuff bouncing around, the longer it's going to take to come back off the screen. So it'll be longer before you can refire it. So if you are shooting it into the void, but it's mostly just bouncing from wall to wall or something, then you're not going to get that ball back for ages, and that might actually be a huge hindrance to you. However, the blocks are moving towards you, so no ball is going to be out there forever. It's always going to hit something and end up getting knocked off course, eventually. So our strength went up. Lovely. We leveled up. Which means, oh, Broodmother's kind of cool. I do quite like this one. So as well as having your main balls, you also have baby balls. Okay, so you got the little ones that don't do any special effects, like these ones that we're filling up our arsenal with. So yeah, Broodmother, additional baby balls, and there are also abilities, well, passives that can increase the damage that baby balls do, and there are also other passives that increase the amount of baby balls you get. So we could really go mad just spawning a million smaller balls around the place. That might be interesting. Just so everything is getting hit all the time. Earthquake I do really like though. This combos really well with stuff. There will be combos that we'll see later on. When you get any of your balls to level 3, you can then like splice them with other ones. Some will give you unique effects. They'll be like named combinations. Some will just give you the effects of both without having like a fancy name. But you see Earthquake just sort of hits a bit of everything. These little swirly guys, these are important. So these will either give you a chance to level up a bunch of your balls all at once, or equipment, any equipment, so yeah, your passives as well, right? Or, if you have the opportunity, if you have like a couple of things at level 3 already, then you can fuse them together if you collect one of these little icons. Okay, whoa! So we leveled up 2 of our balls, we leveled up again. There's a lot of leveling up. Balls start off at 70% speed, but increase by 20% each bounce, up to 200% speed. That actually sounds really good, because they increase by 20% after hitting one thing. As long as you're hitting one thing quickly, you're at 90% speed almost immediately. So, that's great. Because again, faster it is. I don't think it does more damage if it's going faster, but it's going to leave the table again. You'll be able to shoot it again quicker. Right? So, it's useful. Hitting enemies at back does more crit. Crit chance increased if they're in the same column as you, I do quite like. I do quite like that one. But I really like this one. Just getting big speed. So you'll see, they're going to be going real fast soon. Okay. Yeah, these are going well, I think. These are going quite well. Yeah, nice. Okay. I do love the art in this game, though. And I do love the blocks of different sizes. Like, look at that one. It's a weird, like, spider skeleton shaman. How cool is that? Man, we need more of that sort of stuff in Warhammer. We really do. Just like weird bone boys. Although saying that, that Age of Sigmar army was sort of trying to do that. I don't really like the look of them that much. You know? These weird sort of bone constructs, but I don't know. It can be done right. That will... Okay, it'll go up by 25% each bounce. And speed gets higher, which I do like. Increase crit chance of 30% when hitting enemies on their left side. That's too specific. I generally don't like these dagger things. Though I think you can get one of these for like front, left, right, and back, right? I think if you get all of them, you might get a unique item. It's the sort of game that would do that, but I've never tested it. Destroy 2 nearest enemies when you are hit from close range. No, I don't want to get hit. We're going to go with this one. You can re-roll with your gold as well, but we don't really have any, so, you know. So that's that. And yeah, I'm going to get a bunch of balls right into the back, so they can bounce around a while. And that one's going to hit us. That's okay. We can take a couple hits. That thing's probably got quite a lot of health, though, which is worrying. Nice. Nice. I was starting to get a bit worried about that one. Okay. Ooh. Oh, damn it. It's the wrong one. So there's 2 of these lasers, right? There's laser horizontal and laser vertical. I really like the vertical one. Because when the... You know, when the field gets really full of stuff, hitting everything in that column is really useful. I really like that too. Yeah, let's get... I mean, it's still not bad. It's still not bad. Let's go with it. You see it's not bad, right? It hits a bit of everybody. I like that. When we're in this sort of position, it's rather good. Where everything is very tightly packed in the front. Ow. Oh, I can see there is actually a little fusion thingy in there. Oh, and the place does get wider, so there's going to be even more enemies on the way. That's really great, though. Loads of level ups. But you see how the horizontal one, when the field starts to clear like this, it just it doesn't hit as many things. I really prefer the vertical one. Level up again. What's this one? Vampire. Each hit has a chance of healing some health. I like that one a lot. Iron deals double damage but moves slower. That will speed up a bunch though, won't it? Because of our other passive. It'll just start very slow. Wind passes through enemies and slows them down by 30% for 5 seconds. Now this is great. This comboed with the lasers. Because there's also a ghost ball as well. So the ghost ball also passes through enemies. That with the lasers is amazing, because every time, if you fuse them, right, every time it hits anything, there's a chance it'll trigger that laser. So you can basically just have something go through the entire, column, back and forth, and just lasers are hitting everything as it travels. It's amazing. Really, really powerful stuff. So I think we do want a wind one, and we'll combine that with the horizontal laser. It's not the best thing in the world, but it'll also free up some space. And that is a mini-boss. So every time the board gets larger, like it did a second ago, that's because a mini-boss has arrived. And I need to get in closer so we can speed up our balls. Fleet feet, increase movement speed while shooting. That's kind of nice. Gain more baby balls. Aim becomes scattered. I don't really mind if it becomes scattered. Yeah, let's do that. So we have additional balls, basically. Okay, come on. Please go down. So bosses are a little different to oh nice, to the normal enemies. The normal enemies, if they make it to the end and they attack you, they disappear. They're dead, right? They die as a result of attacking you. But bosses don't. They will keep attacking you again and again until you're dead, or they die. Now let's see. Short bow increased fire rate by 15%. I mean, that's kind of okay, but we aren't shooting so many balls that we always that we need faster reload, really. Let's upgrade wind. If we can get that to level 3, we can fuse it with something. So actually, I kind of want to level up before I... Nice. I was going to say I want to level up before I grab that thing, because that'll let us fuse. We also have an evolution. Evolution fuses certain combinations or fully upgraded balls into powerful new balls. And then, so fusion lets us fuse two things. Evolution is what is like the unique named ones that tend to be really good. So let's see. Oh, okay, it won't be the laser one, but it's Earthquake and Ghost, which is still good, because as it passes through, as the ball passes through blocks, it damages everything around it in, groups of 9, essentially, because it's everything adjacent, which is crazy. So it goes through enemies and is surrounded by a raging storm, dealing 9 to 18 damage per second and blinding nearby enemies for 3 seconds. Interesting. Okay, that is unique. So that's what I mean. There's some unique combinations that have unique effects. And then the fusions just, yeah. Oh wow, you can see everything's been blinded, the little blind arrows. I've not actually seen that effect before. I've not seen this one before. In all my time playing the demo, I never saw that. I don't know if they didn't have it in the demo, or I just never had that combination. Alright, we can fuse something else as well. So we have another fusion. So we can actually do laser bleed, which is great because everything you hit in that horizontal line will then also bleed. So, pretty powerful. Pretty powerful. So inflicts 4 stacks of bleed. Bleeding enemies receive 1 damage per stack when hit by a ball. Max 14 stacks. Deals 12 to 30 damage to all enemies in the same row. Area of effect from laser horizontal also inflicts status effects from bleed. So there you go. We'll be bleeding everything in a row. Okay, we can level up Sandstorm. Turret floats around the character, shoots baby balls. That's kind of fun. Or we get more baby balls. No, let's get Sandstorm. Let's level this up. And as you'll probably have noticed, we now have 2 more spaces. We now have 2 more spaces in our inventory for balls. So while we're upgrading our balls, and I know, this video I'm saying balls far too many times. Our orbs, our spheres, now it sounds more like a euphemism, if anything. But yeah, as you upgrade them, you end up with more inventory space to get more, which is great, so, it's great. And then, of course, you end up with more combos. Okay, we can level up some stuff. Lovely. We definitely need to level up, though. There we go. Let's get something new. Egg sack. Lovely. More baby balls on hitting an enemy. That's quite good. Yeah, I think we do that. Get loads more baby balls. I really want the ability that gives us, like, more damage on baby balls. Because that is a thing. That is a thing. Yeah, presumably, blinded enemies can't attack you. It looks like they can't see to attack you. They don't even try to attack you. I was thinking they just do no damage, but no, they just can't tell that I'm right next to them, which is pretty cool. Okay, lovely. Okay, let's get something in the back here. Nice. Oh, we've got good health. We've got loads of money as well, so we can re-roll if we want to. More baby balls when you pick up gems. Yeah, we're going maximum baby. Alright, we're speccing into baby today. That's what we're doing. Okay, come on. Another boss on its way. And it's a big ballista boy. Look at that, like bone ballista. How cool is that? I almost didn't get that one. I wanted to wait to level up, but we never did. But we leveled up a bunch of other stuff anyway, so it's still useful to get. But, like, I want those fusions, you know? Really want those fusions. But yeah, now collecting gems is going to make us more offensive as well, which is very cool. Really love that as a thing. Okay. Very nice. So you'll notice there are projectiles coming for us as well. That is a thing. They do try and shoot you. Like, I'm trying to bounce off other things into the boss. And, he's proving a bit annoying in that regard. There we go. That feels like we're making good progress. I do need to deal with these guys, though. We leveled up again. Slingshot, more chance of getting more baby balls. Balls deal 150% damage, but damage decays 30% each time they bounce. I don't like that one. Freeze, 4% chance to freeze enemies for 5 seconds. That's a long time. They also take more damage. That's not a big percentage. But if we fuse a couple of the things we already have in a minute, then maybe we get freeze with the other, like, laser, if we get lucky. And then we can freeze entire rows. That could be really powerful. Or like the ghost one and freeze would be really good. You know, I'm going to re-roll, actually. Got another horizontal laser. Alright, re-rolling costs more again. That passes through enemies. Getting one of those is nice again. Because, yeah, we put that onto, like, the egg sack one. It hits a billion things and spawns baby balls, like, in the middle of the formation, potentially. Like, that could be really quite powerful. Now, this thing does not want to die, huh? Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. It's going to hit me for a lot of damage here. Oh, phew. That was real close. You can heal past your normal amount, which, yeah, who cares? I mean, the slingshot's good. More baby chance. Maximum baby. We have a fusion. We can do the egg sack and sandstorm. Well. So, goes through enemies and is surrounded by a raging storm, dealing 13 to 27 damage per second, blinds nearby enemies, and explodes into 3 to 5 baby balls on hitting an enemy. There is a 3-second cooldown for it to be shot again, but it doesn't say... It doesn't say that it has a 3-second cooldown on spawning more babies. Unless that only triggers once, I'm not sure. But spawn balls from the egg sack have the same properties as Sandstorm, so they will also pass through enemies. So, you know. Seems pretty wild, actually. Just look at the amount of damage in the back lines here. And, like, this is why I love this game. The combos get really crazy. I mean, more baby. We could do more babies. More baby balls. But, it's only a ball every 2 seconds. I mean, that will speed up. But I don't think that's that impactful right now. I think we're getting enough random baby balls spawning that I think it would be better to get... oh, well, we can have Ghost Wind? How is that going to help? I don't know. But yeah, I don't think that's actually enough. So let's level up Wind. And then we'll see what we can put in that empty slot to fuse with it later. So we can have it pass through everything. So what is great about having all the baby balls, this actually goes really well with all the ghost stuff. Because the baby balls always spawn from us. Right? And so with that happening, we always have balls, like, being shot, even if we have a bunch of ghost things bouncing around the map forever and not returning to us. So we're always able to keep shooting something if we need to, while our other balls are off doing something useful elsewhere, you know? Though the fact that we have ghost balls and the speeding up thing, that's actually amazing as well. I just realised, because we're speeding up every time we hit anything. Right? But there's no time between bounces if you're just going through a whole, like, dense formation like this. So they're just speeding up really fast. Which is really cool. So yeah, I love this game. I think it's really good. So I actually got you guys a discount for this. On Games Planet. If you use the link below, they'll know you sent me. And if you use the code JanetPit, you'll get 10% off. It's a really cheap game anyway. Ooh. Now I'm thinking we have Ghost Iron, so we just have something that does 1 billion damage as it tears through our enemies. I think that sounds great. So yeah, fusing those will be really powerful. But yeah, you can get it for 10% off. It's only like £10. Like anyway, so you can get like £1 off if you use the code. But yeah, it'll give you a Steam key. So, you know, if you want to pick the game up, then yeah, consider it. Consider it. Helps the channel out. And frankly, you know, just buying the game, help the developers out. I want to see this really take off. I want to see this getting support forever. It's such an expandable format, just adding new balls and things. So I think this game could really like blow up and be really good. But you know, it is Devolver Digital, so it's got a big-ish publisher behind it, you know. I gotta say though, this is getting pretty iffy, isn't it? It's definitely getting iffy. I'm really amazed that we're not doing more damage here. Yeah, this is getting really sketchy, huh? Oh boy. Okay, we leveled up, but what can we get? When you catch a special ball, automatically shoot more baby balls. I mean, that's kind of nice. Let's re-roll. Might have to re-roll again. I mean, decreasing damage taken is pretty great, but destroying 2 nearest enemies when we're hit. We're probably getting hit quite a lot. But I'm re-rolling again. I'm fishing for baby balls deal more damage. Oh, I think we're probably going to die, though. I'm actually gutted. I really thought we were onto a winner here. Some healing. There's some healing. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Get rid of them before they hit us. Amazing. Oh my god. This is insane. Oh god, another boss, another boss. Which actually does mean that these will clear out in a minute, so that's good. Oh, please stop hitting me. Oh, I'm about to lose. That's so disappointing. This is the main boss. That was the final boss. That was literally the final boss right in front of us. I really thought we were on something there. I thought we had a great build. But yeah, I guess we just didn't have the damage output. A lot of our things hit a lot of enemies, but weren't doing a huge amount of damage. Which is a shame. Real pity. But you do level up. So all these stats will do different things. I think dexterity affects the amount of like baby balls you shoot. Endurance is your health. Strength is the damage you do. Leadership. Oh no, leadership I think might be baby balls. Dexterity is crit chance. Speed is how fast you move. Intelligence is... I don't know, I'm too dumb to remember. But, you know, they all do things. And so you can see this is the warrior has leveled up. That's because there's going to be a lot more characters. There's a ton of them. So here, these things won't make any sense to you just yet, but that's fine. I'm going to go with Stone Piercer. And you get a breakdown of all the damage you've done, which is really cool, how everything has done. Which I really like. I really like gives you this breakdown. Although weirdly, that rattle. So it's not tracking what the baby bulls have done. Wait, no, the rattle increases the amount of damage. Okay, so that wouldn't do anything. It's the slingshot that gives you additional baby bulls, isn't it? So that gave us an extra 20,000 damage during that run. But Sandstorm gave us 154,000 damage. DPS of 619. My god, you know, comparing this to my last run, I feel like the DPS is actually way higher here than it was in the previous run I did, where I defeated this thing on a different save. So that's kind of nuts. And yeah, the DPS of the laser, the bleed laser, 245. Yeah, weird. I don't know. Surprising. Really seems like I did more. Welcome to New Bulbalon. I said Babylon at the start. It's Bulbalon, obviously. I mean, come on, gotta have Bull in the name, otherwise, what's the point? This is our home base. So this is the sort of meta progression of this game, and I love games like this when they have like some other layer to them. You know, where you can unlock new things and you have something to work towards when you're in a in a run. So I'm running around killing skeletons, but like I'm saving up for something, which I really like. So we're gonna get ourselves a wheat field. Oh boy. Oh boy, keep Theresa May away. Oh, she'll be the worst. She's just the worst. Just keep her away, broadly. Fields of wheat, everything. That's a deep cut, right, in British politics. There's been like 8 prime ministers since then, but you know. Okay, now you have some resource tiles. You'll have to send out someone to harvest them. I will. So now you get a little mini game. So bam. Your workers have a limited time per harvest before getting exhausted, so off they go. You can hold circle to speed up the harvest. But I won't. Hooray! Okay, now we can speed things up. And so, that's right, you even do a little pinball, you know, to try and harvest resources. How fun is that? It's cute. A successful harvest, you'll need the resources you gather to construct other buildings and upgrades, which maybe I will. We can build a boulder. Should I even bother? I don't know, but this is where our gold goes. So when you're spending money on re-rolling, maybe you don't want to spend money on re-rolling, you know? And as you can see, there's also like a lot of buildings. Like a stupid amount of buildings. Crazy, right? There weren't that many in the demo. There weren't many at all in the demo, and yet I still played a bunch. And you can expand the area as well, so you can fit more things in. There will be buildings that will like increase, like buildings and abilities and things that will increase the amount of time you can harvest, so they can bounce around here and collect more resources. You know, you can have different zones with different resources in, so you can try and sort of spec up in a more balanced way, you know? It's interesting. I think it's just a really cool system. It keeps things really, really unique. So sadly, we didn't defeat the boss, which is disappointing because I was really hoping to have unlocked another character by now. There's also, you can randomly pick up blueprints while you're playing. There's just random loot drops, as well as like wheat and wood and stone and things. You can randomly pick them up while you're in the middle of a run. But we're going to play another one. As you can see, there are loads of characters, which is crazy. There's also abilities in this game. Like, if you basically get trophies for defeating bosses, which then give you a blueprint for a building, which will then give you a like universal stat bonus for all of your characters that stacks with the amount of times you've completed that boss, which I think is really cool. So you can basically make everyone better if you play every character on every level. So there's a reason to replay stuff for those little bonuses, so you can help yourself out for the later levels. And I think that's really nice. That's like serious like meta progression. The bonuses are tiny, but when there's this many characters, they're going to add up a fair amount, which is cool. And there's also like a hard mode as well for each level. There's 11 undiscovered blueprints on this level. So again, it sort of encourages you to replay levels to sort of unlock everything, which I think is probably why I played the demo so much. There was still plenty to unlock and do. There was still like motivation to do so. So, you know, pretty cool. Although, can we look at our stats? Can I look at them? Detailed stats. Here we go. Endurance is HP, strength is base damage, leadership is baby bull count and bull damage, So you can literally just, like, command your baby bulls to go and... You can have a child army. It's great. Everyone wants a child army. It'd be amazing. They could... I can't think of anything I'd trust a baby to do. Or an army to do. Make me a sandwich. Like, they're going to ruin it. It's going to be a horrible sandwich. It's just going to be like... It's just going to be like a whole block of cheese in bread, which does sound great. But, like, it won't be. Okay, you'll regret it later. Anyway, speed. That's bull speed and move speed. So that's really handy. Dexterity is your crit chance and your fire rate. Intelligence is your AoE power, status effect power, and passive power. So very cool. So you can see these do actually lend themselves really well to, like, different kinds of builds. Because there are going to be, like, more wizardy characters that are going to do much better with the fireball, for instance. Because then your status effect power will be better, right? So burning enemies as a wizardy character, possibly one called a wizard, I don't know what they're all called. But, you know, it makes sense. So you can actually have these different characters feel like different characters. You know, you can have some kind of commander who just has a million babies. So yeah, it can be really cool. Alright, leveled up. You could upgrade bleed immediately. Ethereal cloak. Bulls go through enemies and deal 25% bonus damage until they hit the back of the field. And then, and then they start bouncing in the back. So this is kind of great, kind of terrifying. If you have, like, a lot of vertical lasers and stuff like that, then it's great. Or if you're able to spawn a lot of baby bulls, it's great. But it can be really bad, because you can end up with your entire stock of bulls stuck at the back of the map, while there's hundreds of enemies in front, which can be really bad. But I'm going to risk it, because I'm a madman. It does work out quite well if you attack, like, very sideways, though. Because then it will, you know, it'll attack a lot more enemies on the way to the back, basically. Okay, come on. And yeah, you can see they are stuck there for a long time. Now, let's see. Ghost will pass through enemies. We're kind of doing that anyway. I feel like we don't really need that. Although it will also pass through enemies on the way back, which might be worthwhile. It might make our passive a little bit, I don't know, like a little obsolete, you know? Extra crit when hitting enemies on their left side. If we're just going up and down, like from side to side, we are going to be hitting things on their left half of the time. I think more crits from the back would be good, so like our bulls can break out better. So I think we'll go for one in the rear if we can. I am going to get Ghost, screw it. That can be a, like, real workhorse one, you know? That can keep returning to us. Because, yeah, look at... Okay, so that's also a problem. If you go really side to side, then it's going to be more bounces before they hit something in the back. So there is also that too. So maybe I shouldn't be doing that. So I mean, there's pros and cons. Do you want to hit more things on the way in or more things on the way out? It's a lot. So let's just upgrade all our things a bunch. Alright, that's fine. That'll do. Now, let's see. More Ghost. Short bow increases fire rate, but that doesn't really matter when a lot of our guys are going to be stuck in the back. So, yeah, we'll just upgrade what we got. I should probably deal with this clown, huh? Get out of here. Get out of here, weird bone box. They're all bone boxes. Just that one was just a selection of bones rather than, like, a creature by the looks of it. There's, like, a lot of stuff. Okay, leveled up. Let's get something new. Ethereal Cloak. The 40% bonus damage is nice. So that is also a good point, actually. You are doing bonus damage until they hit the back. So going side to side a lot, you are getting that extra bonus damage for longer. Bulls start with more speed, but they increase with each bounce. Now, this is amazing to have here, because you're going to hit so many enemies on the way to the back, then you'll have 200% speed when they've got to the back, which means they can break back out quicker. You know, they'll just be at the back of the map bouncing around for ages at double speed. So then I'm not that fussed about shooting sideways. Now, let's see what we got. Alright, a couple more levels. We'll be able to get a bleed Ghost soon. And yeah, we're just barely shooting anything right now. It's a very unusual build, this. But we're killing things quickly, huh? Definitely killing things in a hurry. And yeah, I like the incredibly super fast balls at the back. It is killing things. Like, it's doing a lot of damage, basically, in the back. Now, this is good if we can get something else. Earthquake is always good. Egg sac does mean we keep getting more balls, which is really good. I'm going to go Earthquake. I'm going to go Earthquake. Because I want to be able to hit multiple things as we fly through. If we can hit sort of everything on the way through. Because we'll be hitting everything adjacent. Right? Okay, I'm going to see if I can't level up. And I have seen that I can't. Oh, maybe, actually. Okay, good. Can we... We're not going to be able to level up anything we need. That's fine. So that shows us that we can get Sandstorm if we do that again. Do we want Sandstorm again? I mean, it does slow enemies down, which is kind of cool. I do like that. I do enjoy that. That does also pass through enemies, which sort of defeats the point of what we're doing, though. Let's get Brood Mother. Now let's level some stuff up. That's not very much. Yeah, we're not being very lucky on the level ups. But then, I don't know, maybe I'm... It's still early days. But yeah, this does seem to be going a lot better, this run. Hell of a lot better. I mean, first mini-boss, and there's just nothing here. There's nothing to fight. So one thing that mini-bosses do tend to do, well, all bosses really, they tend to have, like, weird angled, like, edges. So that way you can't reliably keep bouncing things back and forth. Not always, anyway. But this guy does have a flat back, so we have the perfect build for them. Provided we can actually get our balls back. Are we ever going to be able to get a ball back? Come on. Chance to dodge incoming attacks is kind of cool. We can max out bleed. We can max out the rubber headband, so we get we get 300% extra speed, which is crazy. That is pretty wild. But I think we do need bleed, so we get a bleedy ghost. Although I kind of want an earthquake ghost. Ideally. So I can stack bleed on like a million things. Let's go with the rubber headband. Alright, let's see. Yeah, we can level up earthquake again. We want this to be leveled up one more time. Are we going to be able to defeat the boss? We are! Good. And we found a sheriff's office! There we go, unlocks a new character. We can get the sheriff now. Earthquake. Nice. Now we can pick this up, and we can fusion. So we can get a ghost earthquake. Amazing. I mean, a bleed earthquake's great too, but ghost earthquake I really like. I don't think ghost anything is great. Pass through enemies. Deals damage to adjacent targets. Could we get a ball back, please? Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for my ball back, mister. I feel like a kid again with my balls, like, ending up in my neighbour's garden. Let's see. Yeah, let's do bleed. So yeah, if we can get a bleedy, ghosty earthquake, I think that would be pretty good. Not going to grab that yet. Going to try and level up some more. Okay, we're never going to level up again. I'm not seeing... We picked up by accident. Alright, well. Feels a bit wasteful. It is what it is. Okay, great. Alright. 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 So you can see there are different coloured gems as well. The green ones, ow, give us a little bit more experience, which is lovely. Yeah, Ghost Earthquake's great. Ooh, laser horizontal. Why are we never getting vertical? Shoot baby balls every time you heal. That would be really great if we had vampire as well. Let's re-roll. We can get another earthquake. We can get another earthquake. Increase bull launch speed by 20%. You get knocked back a little time you shoot each bull. So I think it might still max out at 300% though. But maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe just 300% is the maximum for that other passive. I'm not sure. But let's get another earthquake. And again, we're not going to be able to level up, are we? Ow. Don't run into enemies, guys. That's silly. Why are you being silly? Alright, let's just grab this then. We do have an evolution available. Oh, we get a bleed bug. So the baby bulls also bleed. Ugh. That's horrible. Attaches up to 1 leech onto enemies a hit, which adds 2 stacks of bleed per second. Wow, so it just keeps adding additional bleed stacks. And that is going to go through enemies. So it's just going to keep adding more bleed. Wow. Ugh. Horrible. Yeah, you can see it flying around the back there. Ugh. Yeah. Okay, can we get more balls, please? Because this thing's still alive and I don't like it. Oh, did not mean to pick that up. Oh, we leveled up just in time. Good. More balls. Aim's a bit funny. That's fine, I think. Yeah, let's do that. Alright. Again, maximum baby. Alright. Leeches and babies. This is not good. This is not a good combination, is it? Not a good combination. I am surprised they're called baby balls and not like minion balls or something. You know? Something a bit more like sort of fantasy thing rather than just other baby balls because they're smaller. It's like, well, yeah, aren't they supposed to sort of... If it's leadership, aren't they supposed to be, you know, henchmen or something? Call them henchmen. Oh, another mini-boss. Another mini-boss. Yeah, you can see the progress tracker on the right-hand side as well, how far we are through the run. See our resources in the top left? Okay, just go through these guys. So yeah, that boss is going to be a bit awkward to like hit multiple times. Oh, whoops. Okay, good. We can make our leech better. Oh, we get poison. Poison sounds great. Okay, excellent. Now, can we kill this thing? I hope so. Hope we can. I love that, like, guttural noise it makes when you get in range of an enemy. Okay, good. Leveled up again. Balls deal 20% bonus damage. Oh, until they hit a wall. That's rubbish. I thought it was when they hit a wall. More poison, I guess. Come on, mate. You gotta go. You gotta go. Having all of our balls stuck. Oh, thank God. Yeah, having a ball stuck in the back of the map is really scary. Excellent. Okay, that was really good. And a gunsmith. So if we build this in our town, all characters gain +1 bonus dexterity. Affects fire rate, reload time, critical hit chance. Isn't that cool? Meta progression's really interesting in this game. So we're getting a lot of big experience here. It's all the green ones, which is cool. Get more earthquake. Stone effigy is interesting. It creates your own blockers that your balls will bounce off. I don't know if you get the bonuses, though, from, like, you know, bouncing off them. I don't know if it counts as bounces. It probably does, though, right? So maybe I could use these to shoot through them to get more speed up quicker. I don't know. Or if you hit them, they might also trigger earthquake to nearby things. I don't know. But let's just level up earthquake for now. So we can get, like, a poison earthquake. So we can poison everything in adjacent tiles, you know? Those synergies are great. It's all about the synergies. And we are going to do more damage to things on the way up if we're going to have our guys come back down. Because it's taken a long time for our bulls to respawn. Although, look at the damage we do up in the top. I'm sure you guys are going to get a better view of that, because I'm constantly having to look out in front of me to make sure that I'm getting rid of the, you know, the stragglers, basically. And that guy's poisoned, which is nice. Alright. Yeah, we can max out Earthquake. Now, come on, give me a fusion. Give me a little fusion wibbly. I don't know what the actual, like, power-up thing is called. Probably not a fusion wibbly, but, you know, maybe. Maybe. I'd be surprised, but... doesn't mean I'm wrong. Yeah, it really is just about picking up the stragglers that aren't taken out. Oh, fusion wibbly, fusion wibbly. And lots of gold. Alright, we can do an evolution. Ooh. Oh, and because we have nothing left to level up, we can just get gold. Which is interesting. I guess do an evolution. I want to see what this... Okay, poison rock. We can get a poison rock. Fine. That's what I wanted to do anyway. You know, poison earthquake. What's this become? Ugh. Swamp. Leaves behind tar blobs over time. Enemies who walk into the tar blobs deal damage, are slowed by 50% for 7 seconds, gain stack of poison, max 8 stacks. Each stack of poison deals 1 to 3 damage per second. Ballness tar blobs also deal 5 to 11 damage to nearby units. That's really cool. And this is going through enemies, so it's going to be making so many tar blobs. Yeah, look at that. Everything is miserable. Love it. Yeah, all that poison. It's a shame we don't have very high intelligence. You know? Like, endurance and strength. Like, we just need, like, big damage, really. Ideally. But we're not really doing that. Ooh, chance to launch a baby ball when you pick up a gem. That is always really good. And that will help us actually, you know, deal with the ones in the front. And they end up rattling around at the back so much anyway. It's pretty great. Swamp does a lot of damage, actually. You know, the poison doesn't really do a huge amount. It's just that getting hit by the ball does a huge amount of damage. But, I mean, you know, the poison does add up, doesn't it? Because it does stack as well. Ow. Don't run into enemies. My god, just look at all the action on screen. I love it. Really great. How are you alive? That doesn't seem right. Get out of here. There's so many baby balls back there. And again, we don't have a huge amount of leadership, so the baby balls aren't really doing that much damage either. Vampire's pretty cool. If we get a vampire swamp, that would be pretty funny. So actually, a horizontal laser getting stuck in the back would help just, like, clear out rows. Which would, like, get our balls lower from being trapped, you know? So maybe it would work in this case. You know, with them all being ghosts. It will hit more of the enemy than it otherwise normally would. So yeah, I like that. I think that'd be good. I think that'll really add up quickly. We'll be able to see the DPS at the end of the mission. We're actually almost at the end of the mission, so that was pointless. Whoops. Yeah, there's nothing else to hit. So one thing that is really nice here for this boss is that I'm pretty sure we can just shoot straight at it. Normally, you have to hit behind it. But we don't need to worry about that. Oh, are they still bouncing? Oh no, no, it's going through. So yeah, we can hit through him. So normally you have to like bounce around. You have to bounce past him. When you pick up a gem, we're not really picking up gems. Let's just have Swamp do more damage, I guess. So he's just going to keep shooting at us, and we're going to keep shooting at him. And I think, you know, when you're playing this game, broadly, I think it's best to ignore the fact, just like not mention it and poison anyone's mind to the fact that the arrows he shoots are really phallic. You know, it's best not to mention that to people and spoil it for anyone. So, you know, be sure not to spoil it for anyone, guys, by mentioning it. Follow my example. Okay. He's nearly dead. You can see his health on the right. We've almost got him. This is actually like an incredibly good build for him. Just being able to shoot through him. Because it's actually quite difficult to bounce off the walls and hit him when you're trying to avoid all of the, you know, all of those. Yay! Cozy home unlocks a new character. Lovely. We can get a cozy warrior. I don't know. Boneyard trophy. So this is the trophy I was talking about. I wasn't sure if we'd defeat this guy or not. But yeah, again, it's small. But remember, there's like 20 characters. So it's going to add up. So again, 0.05% status effect power for each character you've completed the Boneyard with. Each fast tier completed. On top of that adds you know, the same, oh no, a smaller bonus per character on top of that. So current bonus is 0.05. Which, I know, not great, but that is going to add up, and I like that. I like those little bonuses, you know, I think they're nice. I think it's good. One more level, one more gear we need to upgrade the lift, which will allow us to get lower down into the pit. In other words, it'll unlock a new level. So Warrior's been leveling up, so of course they do keep leveling up, and this is going to keep giving them, like, additional, you know, power when they jump into combat, which is really cool. I think it's really interesting. I think it's a really cool thing. I love the meta progression. I love the like weird town building stuff. Like a lot of this stuff, we got a load of blueprints. We probably won't be able to afford them. We're gonna have to do more runs just so we can collect more resources. Which I think is, yeah, again, is really interesting. So let's have a look. So the horizontal laser didn't have a chance to really do anything. But oh well. The baby bulls actually had pretty good DPS, 208. So that's nice. And yeah, DPS... I mean, look at these. These DPSs don't seem that high. Compared to the last one, we had something that was doing 600 damage a second. Somehow these all seem to be doing a lot less, but I guess they're just all doing more. Maybe just have more. I don't know. But it seems unusual. Seems unusual, that. But the leech seem to be doing a good job. The swamp seemed to be doing really well. Yeah, fun. Fun. But yeah, I don't know. I think maybe just the baby balls did a lot more damage in this run, somehow. I think it's because they're trapped to the back. So they were just bouncing around so much at such speed. So I think just every ball was able just to hit things more often. And I think that helped a lot. But yeah, cool. Let's return to base. Love the lift. New upgrades unlocked. And we made loads of money as well. And so all of these will be new items that have a chance of appearing upon leveling up. Which is fun. So yeah, more weird modifiers for your next run. You've unlocked a housing blueprint. Building a house will unlock a new character. Yeah, I'm sure it will. So let's see. Yeah, sheriff's office. Lovely. And so yeah, these all take up 4 slots, but that's not the normal size. There are other sizes. And so it will be a case of trying to fit everything together. You've unlocked a new character, the Itchy Finger. So let's take a look, shall we? I'm just going to hit play immediately so we can have a look at him. So this guy is a disgraced deputy. Let's look at more stats of his. So you can see he is more geared towards leadership and dexterity. So more baby balls, more crit chance. So, you know, they're all a little different. And I find that really fun. Also, he starts with burn instead of bleed. So you've got a slightly different start as well, which is fun. And also you can see down at the bottom, it'll tick off what bosses you've defeated, basically, which is fun. This guy also... so this default one, no special gameplay quirks. This guy, though, he has scattered aim, so you don't have great accuracy, but he shoots twice as fast and constantly launches balls if any are available. So no reload speed to worry about at all, and can move at full speed while shooting. So pretty cool. I really like this guy, especially because I just stick on auto fire and run around all the time. So, you know, that's just how I do. Really cool. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Remember, you can get it 10% off if you use the link and the... code in the description, but I love it. I think it's a really fun game. It's something I'm going to be playing quite a lot, probably while I've got videos rendering. So, you know, I love games like this, and I know it's not really a staple of the channel, this kind of game, but I figure some people might like it as much as I do, and yeah, I just wanted to play it. I just wanted an excuse to play it. Guys, if you enjoyed this, please do comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys.